First, I want to start off by saying confidence. You believe that people can channel your confidence through the music that they write, or the like. You can be listening to a song such as some type of song that just uplifts your spirit so high to the point where you can feel arrogant or you can feel very prideful. And it basically goes through the roof. And what I mean that is that that person that made that song to make you float like a balloon channeled that energy from you. I was listening to this song and that's how I felt. I'm like, why all of a sudden I listened to this song and then boom, it's like my balloon was bursted. And now I'm afraid to even listen to that song anymore. Um, Music is so passionate, it's so passion driven, and you get so emotionally overwhelmed. I get so emotionally overwhelmed that I have to actually take a break and get a fresh breath of fresh air or step away because I'm not in a position to listen to music without being triggered somehow, some way. Yesterday, I was with my son's dad, and we had a good day, and it was fun. I haven't had so much fun in a long time.
What doing?
So I am making some butter chicken and noodles. We got some rotisserie chicken from Walmart, and I am doctoring it up. Um, and that's what we're having for dinner. But it's like I went into some type of, it was like a daydream, you know, like a dream come true, something that I've wanted for a long time. It's like an experience that I wanted to have in a while. Like we always had those experiences, but the outcome was never the same outcome. It wasn't the outcome as this outcome. Like this outcome was like, finally, you know, it's true, it's real. It's nothing in between, no interferences. But that's the thing about having too many things going for yourself all at once, is that there is some type of interference in the back of your conscience that's kind of holding you back. And what interference is that but you? So, there was this conversation that we had a while ago, and we talked about men, how um, women seem to always. It's so hard for women to walk away from rejection. Like a woman can be like, you know what? Well, a man can be like, you know what? Not today, or and then they walk away, but that woman hold on and be like, you know what? What is it? Is it me? And then the woman start bugging out because that man didn't give her that time of day or that moment of the day. And I said, well, I had worked past this, but then, I know I worked past it because as soon as it was spoken, a few minutes late, no, I would say like a few hours later, something had happened to where I questioned, was it me? But then I'm the one that told myself that, or I told that person during the conversation, I was like, no, it's not that woman. You got to explain, you got to separate yourself away from the situation and know that that person is human too. Before you was an experience that that person had as well. So when a guy tells you no or a woman tells you no, you got to know that that person has a life beyond you, before you, away from you. And that's the easiest way you can handle rejection, or that's the easiest way you can handle someone walking away from you. It's not you, it's them. You know, you ever, that saying, as we always watch the movies, and the movies would be like, it's not me, it's not you, it's me. And I feel like that's like a trauma, something that we still have in our conditioned mindset of, it's not that person, it's me. So when we go into a situation, this person is telling you, no, or not right now, or, just telling you no. It's not you, it's them. It's not them, it's you. And when it is you, then you have to be aware of the situation. When you telling that person no and they're walking away, why can't you just explain yourself to that person to make their life a little bit easier? And be like, I got something going on right now, and not just say simply no. But I can't even say that, because sometimes somebody's no is all that they can give in that moment, and that's when you have to be the bigger person and walk away and say, okay, just carry on with your life and not hold that person in your mind for too long. I got a call today from that guy I was telling y'all about, that called me fat and um, a bum and all of the names that I can't remember because I deleted the message before it could sink in. He called me and he apologized, and he was like, well, is it is it weak for me to apologize because I'm apologizing in my week? I'm like, you tell me. You're the one apologizing. How do you feel about apologizing to me after you hurt my feelings? But he did apologize, and he said that I just come off, I guess, too strong. Um, I'm too direct or something. I don't know. But he keeps calling my phone, and I don't know whether if I should pick up the phone or not. There's this guy that I met at the transit, and he seems like a good guy, but he's in the Oriana house. He did some time. Um, the last thing I remember about him is saying a diamond in the rough. And I didn't have my head on straight that moment when I answered his question about what I think a diamond in the rough is. And I said a diamond in the rough is a good person in a hard place. And he said a rare person in a tough spot. I knew that, but at the time I wasn't really fully there, because I have my life to think about, and I have a lot of things on my plate, and I was really sick at the time. Um, he helped get me up. He gave me a little bit of confidence, a dose of confidence. And, when you're very confident, it's like a lot of stuff just starts coming from every direction. Different people, different situations, a lot of experiences, some from the past, making its way back to your present, some from that you chose to leave behind, and it's resurfacing all over again, and things start becoming blurry, and it's hard to see. On my way to the store that day, a guy came out of nowhere. Well, he ain't really come out of nowhere, but he was sitting there while we was walking. And he was like, um, put your son's shoes on the right feet. And I was like, I will once I get on the bus. Um, and he was like, well, you really don't want him out here like that or something like that. I'm like, I got this. And then he was, I'm just telling you, I'm just looking out for you. And it's like I gave off that impression to that guy that I liked a person that was direct, very demanding, who wants what they want. And where is all these dogs coming from? There's a whole bunch of freaking loose dogs running around. That loose dog right there. That's the third loose dog, unless that's the same dog. But I thought I just seen a fit. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I must have just spoke into the universe that what kind of guy that I wanted, and that day, it's like these men was giving off that same characteristic, and it's just like, why all of a sudden? I didn't check my food. Okay, so my food is done, but yeah. Overall, I just wanted to say that you know I had a great time, and I just can't really express how much of a good time that I had. Um, it's just like seeing all of these flying colors and seeing that rainbow, and then when you're outdoors having a good time, it's so easy to feel like that moment quickly went away. It didn't really quickly go away, but it went away, just because of people. Sorry to say it, but yeah, it's like it won't ever last unless it's just the two of you in a whole world, or on an island and it's just the two of you. If there was an experiment to be had or to be done, it would be like, how long would these two people actually be compatible alone with nobody and no interferences? Because when it comes to other people, it's just like they can really manipulate the situation. They can really interfere, and that's what sucks about life the most, is that you can't have a moment to yourself. And even if you do get a moment, it'll never last, because you're not we're not alone to just feel that way for too long. Why is people the problem? Is a question I ask. Why do they have so much power over the situation? Why do they matter? Is it because they care? And that could be why. And you can say, if that's the case, caring is very toxic. Caring is very toxic. And this is why, when I was cleaning and I was cooking and I was doing my thing in my spot, I just slipped away to my myself. I'm like, this is how it has to be, you know? Or does it? People makes life so confusing when it's not even confusing at the moment. They make it. I hate that people have the ability to manipulate situations and moments of your life that matters to you because they care a little bit too much about your life over theirs. So yeah, that being said, I'm about to get in here, eat my food, and I will talk to y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe, be notified, share at your own free will to show you care.